Thank you, everyone, for joining us today at the Levittown Public Library Stretch Fusion class with Debbie. Today is April 13th, approximately 1:30 p.m. And go ahead, Debbie.
All right, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our class today. It's good to see you. I'm sure a lot of people playing hooky on this gorgeous weather. Just a reminder that if you have any issues specific to yourself, to honor your body with any of the moves that we make. If you have an injury or surgery or anything whatsoever, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. I'll try to, during the class, offer some modifications for some of the moves that we make, but do your best to honor your body. All right, so we're going to start today standing up. We're going to start a little bit of balance and coordination because I do that in all of my classes because it is so very important. And these are things that on a regular basis, you have homework to do. You need to practice your balance every day. All right, so we're going to start by just lifting our knee up. We're going to lift it up to a count of 4. We're going to hold it for 6. I almost said 8, but all right, I won't push it today. And then we'll lower it for 4. I'll do that a few times. So either have your hand near a chair if you know your balance is a little bit sketchy, or down to your sides, on your hips, wherever's comfortable for you. So we're going to start with that right knee up. So you're going to bring it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. And again, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. And again, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. Try focusing on something that's not moving and bring it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I bet you noticed that left leg, the calf and the ankles were working hard to keep you balanced. So those muscles were working, that's normal. So you're getting a bonus workout there. So we're going to place your right foot in front of the left, heel to toe, but maybe a little bit of a gap between so you don't catch one foot on the other. And you're just going to slightly rock forward, lifting your back heel up. And then rock it back. Don't go too far. Lift the front toes up. And again, rock it forward, back heel up. Taking it back, front toes up. 2 more times. Rock it forward, back heel up. Rock it back, front toes up. Here's our final time. Take it forward, lift the back heel. Take it back, lift the front toes. Lower the front toes, just stay in this position. Now you're going to actually pick up that right foot and put it behind the left. So we're adding more movement, taking it behind, stay in your tightrope, and then bring it in front. And again, take it behind and in front. 2 more, take it behind, back in front. Last one, take it behind, bring it in front. Now stay in this position. You're going to tap that right foot 6 times to get behind and 6 times to get in front. Think of the numbers on a clock. So taking it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring it back, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and feet are parallel. So we get to do those same exercises on the other side. So shift your weight a little bit, all the weight's on that right leg. Now you're going to bring that left knee up, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, and 4. And again, bringing it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, 4. A couple more times, up, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take it down, 2, 3, 4. Last time, bring it up, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it down, 2, 3, 4. All right, the hardest is over. All right, take that left foot, put it in front of the right in your tightrope, heel to toe, but leave as little space between the heel and the toe. Slightly rock forward, back heel comes up, taking it back, front toes up, and again, forward, back heel up. Take it back, front toes up, think of a rocking horse. Again, take it forward, the back heels come up. Take it back, front toes up. And again, last time, forward, back heel up. Take it back, front toes up. Lower the front toes, stay on your tightrope. And now pick up the front foot, put it behind. Pick it back up, put it in front. And again, take it behind. And in front. Again, behind. And in front, one more time, take it behind. And bring it in front. And now we're going to tap the foot 6 times to get back, 6 times to get forward. Number of a clock, think of that. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take it back, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and feet are parallel. All right, so to shake out our calves a little bit, we're going to do what I call pedaling. So it's just like you're maybe on a stair stepper, but we're just going to lift the heels up, not the feet. The feet stay on the floor. We're just going to take it right and left. So lift that right heel up and then take it to the left. And we're just going to shift the weight a few times and take it for 3 and other side and 4 and switch. Let's go for 4 more. Here's 5 and 6. Last 2. Here's 7. Last 1 and 8. And both feet are down. Right, so we're going to do some toe lifts. So every time we do a move, I want you to register in your head, what am I moving, where am I feeling it, and how does it feel? So just think of that every time we do a move that, even if it's a move you've done 100 times before, maybe you didn't really focus on what you're feeling. I want you to get in tune, your mind to connect with the body. So we're going to lift our toes up. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see. I'm not shifting my weight. I'm not leaning forward and back. I'm just trying to lift my toes up off of the floor. Do it within your shoes. It's okay. And then put them back down. Again, just lifting the toes up and taking it down. Let's go for 2 more. Lift the toes up, lower them down. 1 more, lift them up and lower them down. So now remember, we did our little bit of a rocking when we were in a tightrope position. We're going to somewhat rock, but you're just going to lean forward, not really lifting your heels up, but put the weight in the balls of your feet. So I'm just leaning it forward a little bit. I'm not really moving. All the weight is in the balls of my feet. I can actually feel my toes kind of gripping to balance me. And now just come back to center, neutral. It's very subtle movement. I'm shifting my weight forward a little bit, feeling all the weight on the balls of my feet, not lifting my heels, but they're not glued to the floor. And then coming back to central. Just go 1 more time, just lean it, shift the weight forward and shift to neutral. And now we're going to do the opposite, but be very careful. I don't want you to lean back. I don't want you to fall back, but just kind of put the weight in your heels. It almost looks like I'm not moving at all. The weight is in my heels. The balls of my feet are just kind of loose. And now just come back to the center. And again, just shift the weight into your heels, taking it back to the center. 1 more time, shift to the heels, and then feel it in the center. So now we're just going to go at a fast pace, not too far forward, not too far back. We're just going to kind of rock the feet, just feeling the body, just get your balance, find where that position is, where it balances you. So we're just kind of rocking forward and back a little bit, and then find your center as to where you are perfectly balanced. All right, good job with that. Doesn't seem like that's a lot, but it is. It's important to just get in tune with your body. So now I want you to think of your kneecaps. I want you to try to lift them up your leg. And the only way you're doing that is really just squeezing the muscles. You're not going to see anything, but visualize that your kneecaps are just rising up a little bit. kind of squeezing the muscles in the thighs, squeezing the muscles here, and then just relax. And again, lift those kneecaps and relax. We're going to go for 2 more. Lift the kneecaps, feel what's happening in your body and relax. 1 more time. Lift those kneecaps and relax. So we're just going to slightly lift the kneecaps. You're going to pull your belly button in. Imagine you have a string coming right through. And then you're just going to tuck your chin a little bit and bend your knees slightly. And then slowly come back to your neutral position. And again, you're going to lift the kneecaps, pull the belly button in, slightly tuck your chin and bend the knees a little bit. And now tuck your hips. Again, feel what's happening with your body and then relaxing. So we're going to do some gentle movement. I don't want to call them squats because as soon as I say squats, you have something in mind. And then you think, oh, especially if you have knee issues. But we're going to slightly just lower the seat, slightly bend the knees as we just raise the arms shoulder height. So I'm just coming down like this. Again, it's nothing crazy. And then slowly coming back up. Taking it into those semi-squats again. And coming up, we're going to go for 2 more. So slowly lower. And come up. Let's go for 1 more, slowly lower. And come up. So from here, we're going to lift our heels up, bringing the arms to the side. Now, if that throws off your balance, you can put 1 hand on your chair and come up like that. But I want you to come up as high as you safely can. So lift the heels up, the arms are up, slowly take it down. Bring it up for 2 and take it down. Up for 3 and down. 1 more. Up for 4 and take it down. So we're going to alternate specific breathing with a semi-squat and taking it with the heel lifts. So we're going to slowly inhale as we come down, exhale up, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, inhale, come down, exhale, come up, inhale, and exhale. Just 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale down. All right, so we're going to give ourselves a couple of arm circles and a little bit of shoulder rolls. So the hands are facing forward. We're only going to circle to your range of motion. If you have a shoulder issue, then maybe you're only going like this. If you have no issues, then make it as big as is safe for you. So here we go. We're just taking it forward all the way up and around for 1. As you come down, squeeze the shoulder blades together if you can. And that's 2. We're going to go 5 in each direction. Taking it for 3 and 4 and 5. Now we're going to switch, taking it around for 1 and 2. And that's 3 and 4 and 5 and taking it down. All right, so we're going to take it now into a little bit of a little bit wider. We're going to take a nice wide stance. And now we're going to take a little bit of a turnout. And now aim your knees so that they are over between your 2nd and 3rd toes. As we come down a little bit, and again, just like that's the other squats we did, we're not going down far. And we're going to bring our arms out to the side as we just slowly go down a little bit and bring ourselves up. Taking it down for 2 and up 2 more. Taking it for 3, bringing it up 1 more and 4 and up. So we're going to alternate now, just warming up the core a little bit. You're going to bring your right arm up as that left leg comes down. We're going to take it into side bends. So if coming up like this isn't good for you, you can just take your bend like this and like that, or just reach up with the side that is good. So do modify anything that is good for you. So we're going to take it to the left with the right arm coming up, if you can, and then switching to the other side, just reaching up. So we're stretching out the side of the body, stretching out the ribs, the muscles that are in between the ribs, taking it all the way over. We're going to go for a few more, just taking it up and over and taking it to the other side. And let's go for one more each side, all the way up and over. Last time, all the way over and bringing the arms down, and then just bringing your feet closer together. We're going to take it to some shoulder rolls where we're going to bring our shoulders up, then they're going to go back. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. We're going to go 5 in that direction, and then we're going to take it forward. So just bring your shoulders up as high as safe for you. Squeeze the blades together and reach down. Good. And again, bring them forward, up and around for 2, and forward, up and around for 3, and forward and around for 4. Let's go for one more in this direction, taking it up and around for 5. And now reverse it. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, then come up and around forward. And taking it for 2 and around. And 3, good, make sure you're not straining your neck. Taking it over for 4. Last time, up and over for 5. And take it down. All right, so we're just going to do some neck movements, variations. I'm turning sideways so that you can see. We're going to do something that we never really want to do. We're going to give ourselves a double chin. So you're going to slide. Imagine your chin is sliding on a shelf. And without moving your body forward and back, you're just going to slide your chin back, give them that double chin, and then slide it forward. And again, slide it back and forward. We're going to go for 5, sliding it back and forward. Last 2, sliding it back and forward. Last 1, sliding it back and forward. And then just come to your natural position, whatever that might be. And we're just going to take the head side to side to give a little neck stretches. We're going to go at a little bit of a faster pace. So we're not trying to go deeply with our stretches. We may do that a little deeper when we do sit. So you're just going to lower that right ear to the right shoulder all the way down, and then come up to the other side, just side to side, taking it over for 2. And other side, trying not to move the shoulders or anything else. Over for 3, and other side, taking it for 4, other side, one more each side, taking it for 5, and other side, and back to your neutral position. So now we're going to go a little slower with this next thing. Again, your chin is like on a shelf, and you're going to turn so that you want to look all the way over your shoulder, but don't force anything. So just look as far as you can over your right shoulder, just as far as it feels okay. And now slowly come back to the center. We're going to stay on that same side. So now look over the right shoulder again. And bring it back. And again, we're only going for 4 of these. So here's number 3. And back to the center. One more. Over for 4. And back to center. Let's do the same thing on the other side, taking it over for 1 and neutral position, taking it for 2 and back. And here's 3 and back, one more and 4 and taking it back. So we'll do a little combination. We'll only do a few of them. You're going to turn your chin so that it's over that right shoulder or as far as you can. Then you're just going to drop it down, bring it up and come to the center. And then we're going to stay on that same side, the same thing. But then when you drop your chin, you're going to roll it across and then roll it back. Then we do the same thing on the other side. So for starters, look all the way over the right shoulder. Drop your chin as if you're tapping your collarbone. Bring the chin back up and look back to the center. And now we're going to do the rolls. So look all the way over that right shoulder again. Drop your chin. Now roll it across your chest from right to left and look center. Look over that left shoulder, roll it across from left to right and look center. So now the same thing on the other side. We're going to look all the way over that left shoulder and bring it back drop the chin and come up and look to the center. We're gonna do that again. I don't think we did our 5 on that side though. So let's take it all the way. I was watching someone else move and I'm like, oh, I did something wrong. So let's look all the way over the shoulder and take it back over the shoulder and take it back. Let's go again over the shoulder and take it back one more time over the shoulder and take it back. So now look over the shoulder, tap your chin, come up, look center, then look over the shoulder, roll it from left to right, taking it from right to left, and look back to the center. All right, so we got a little discombobulated in there, but we got our neck rolls all in. So now we're going to take it to a little bit of a roll down, and then we're going to do some stretches holding onto the back of the chair. So a roll down is a little bit borrowed from Pilates, a little bit borrowed from yoga. If you've ever seen a yoga, the ragdoll. We're going to use the chair as a prop if you need it. But what we're going to do is you're going to slightly dip your chin, and then you're going to pull that belly button in. You're going to bend your knees a little bit, and you're just going to roll yourself down. And whether you stop here or you go farther to the floor or you reach your hands to the chair, and then you slowly roll yourself back up. So you determine what's the safest thing for you to do, depending on, you shouldn't be putting any pressure on your back. So if you're holding the thighs, or if you're holding the chair, that's fine. If you know you have a strong back and you know you've done yoga ragdolls, you can come all the way down, and then you just let your hands dangle, you let your head dangle. But you gauge what is the safest thing for you. Those will fall anyway. So you're going to just tuck your chin, pull the belly button in, slightly bend your knees a little bit as you're just rolling yourself down. You can keep your hands on your thighs for support, or you can reach for the chair if you need it, or if you are secure, you can reach down for the floor, letting your head dangle, letting the arms dangle. In ragdoll, you typically reach for your opposite elbows and you're just swinging there side to side. So any variation is good, keeping your hands on the chair if you need to, or on your lap. Now, if you're in this down position, I don't want you to strain your back. You can either place your hands on the chair to get your up, or on your thighs, or if you know you can roll up safely, then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, bone by bone by bone, with the head coming up last. I'm going to do that one more time. So you're going to slowly tuck the chin, pull the abs in, slightly bend the knees, rolling down. Again, stop anywhere that is good for you. You should start feeling a little bit of a stretch in the lower back in a good way, not a bad way. Slowly reaching the hands towards the floor, towards the chair. It's almost like you're just one bone by bone by bone, one vertebra at a time as you're slowly coming down, letting the head dangle, letting the arms dangle if that's safe for you. And now you're going to slowly roll it back up, again, supporting yourself any way that you need to. One bone at a time, all the way up, with the head coming up last. All right, so I'm going to use the back of my chair for a little bit of support. And we're going to step back. We've done these throughout. So you're going to step back with that right leg, nice and wide. Immediately, you should feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of the thigh, into the hip area. You can stay here if this is enough for you. You can actually push that hip forward a little bit, as long as you don't feel it in the lower back. For a deeper stretch, if you don't have knee issues, you can just dip a little bit, feeling that little bit of more tension there in a good way. Just holding that position. And then you're going to slowly straighten up and then lower that back heel to the floor. Feel the stretch in the calf. And now you're going to fold at the hips, keeping your back flat, leaning it forward. You should start feeling a little bit of a stretch in the back of the front leg. And then slowly bring yourself up. And we're going to switch to the other leg. So you're going to step that left leg back. Just press your hip forward a little bit. Don't push into the lower back at all. If you know you have, if safely can lower that knee down. Again, without feeling it in the knees. If you have knee issues, be careful. Still pushing the hip forward. And then you're going to slowly bring yourself back up. Lower the back heel, flat on the mat if you can. Feel the stretch in the calf. And now you're going to lean forward or hinge at the hips. Keep your back flat. Feeling the stretch now shift to that front leg. So both legs are as straight as you can get them. And slowly bring yourself up. And we're going to step it back. So one last thing standing, we're going to do some elbow circles. I'm going to start off with the easier ones, and then we're going to move into harder ones. You stay at the spot that is good for you, especially if you have shoulder issues. So your elbow circles can just be like this, very gentle. So we're going to all do that forward and back. And then we are going to move up to some bigger circles. If those are not good for you, stick with the smaller circles. So I'm just loosely putting my hands here. I'm leading with my elbows. We're just going to take it around for 1, 2, we're all going for 4, 3, and 4. We're going to reverse them for 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now you can stay at this position. I'm going to bring my arms all the way up. I'm bringing my fingers on top of my shoulders. And I am going to bring my elbows closer to each other, doing bigger circles. If that's not good for you, keep with the small ones. So the bigger circles, I'm just bringing my elbows closer together and around. And 2, up and around. And 3, and around. And 4, and around. And then just reverse it and around for 1, and 2. Make sure you're not straining your neck. And 3, and 4, and bringing the arms down. All right, so you might, if you were able to do a fairly large circles, you may feel a nice warm feeling in your body because you're getting the blood to circulate through there. All right, we're going to have a seat. Just moving this out of the way. And we're just going to do some of our seated stretches. So the first thing that we're going to do now is just continue warming up our ankles. So I'm seated a little forward on my chair. I'm turning mine a little sideways. Just be mindful because they're rounded edges that it may tip over. So I'm just taking it a little bit sideways in this position. So I'm going to lift my heels all the way up with a hold and squeeze, and then bring them down, bringing them up for 2 and down, going for 5. Here's 3, take it down, and 4, and down, 1 more, and 5, and down. I'm bringing my elbows into my sides. If you have no issues, you can either reach up towards the ceiling or let them reach down towards the ground. So as my heels go up, my arms are moving either up or down, your choice. So lift the heels, reach in some direction and take it back in. Lift them up for 2 and take them in. Up for 3, in 2 more, taking it up for 4. And in last one, up for 5, and taking them in and bringing them down. All right, so we are going to extend our right leg out with the heel down on the floor. The toes are up in that position. Be mindful, be careful with leaning forward. Make sure you're secure on your chair. So I'm leaning forward, feeling the stretch in the back of the leg, reaching my hands towards my toes. Don't force anything and don't bounce anything. Trying to keep your back as flat as you can. Imagine you have a grapefruit under your chin, so your chin should not be right into your neck if you can help it. And then bringing yourself back up. We're going to cross that right ankle in front of the left ankle, opening up the hip. So if you've had hip issues, again, do what's safe for you. You can stay here, or if you're able to get that right ankle on top of the left thigh without too much of a struggle or a strain, then do so. Otherwise, stay where it is safe for you. And then to open up the hip, I'm just pressing into that thigh, pushing down a little bit, feeling that stretch. Find that little bit of tension that feels good, mild tension, and just hold it there. Ideally, we should be holding our stretches at least 30 to 60 seconds to increase our flexibility. And then I'm just going to ease up on that inner thigh. I'm going to keep my back flat. I'm leaning forward as if I want my chest to rest on my calf. As soon as you start leaning forward, you may feel a little bit of a stretch in that right side, in the right, not hip, but in the back side, in the glute area on the sides. It's called a figure 4 stretch. I know I've said that before. As you look down, it looks like an upside down, backwards 4. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. You're going to place your left hand on the outside of that right thigh. Use the thigh for leverage and twist over the right. Again, if you have spine issues, do what's safe for you. Holding that stretch, a little torso stretch. Then bringing yourself back to the center. We're going to rotate the ankle 5 times, all the way up and around for 1, 2. Ankle flexibility is so very important. Here's number 4 and 5, and then we're going to reverse it. That will help you prevent falls. If your ankle is very stiff and not flexible, you're more prone to falling. And 1 more, and that was 5. All right, so we're going to just place that foot down. We're going to do the same stuff on the other side. So bring that left foot out, heel down, toe up, starting from that beginning, leaning towards it with a flat back, keeping your head in line with the spine. So you shouldn't be over like this. Just keep it flat as if you want your chest to reach to the front of the thigh. We don't want to put any pressure whatsoever on that extended knee. Reach your fingers towards your foot. You don't have to touch, but if you do touch, that's really good. Feeling a nice stretch in the back of the thigh, into the calf. And bringing yourself all the way back up. And for a split second, you're just going to cross that ankle in front of the other ankle, opening up the hip a little bit. This might be enough of a stretch for you, so there's no problem with staying here. And again, if you can bring that ankle up on top of the other thigh without causing yourself stress or strain, pressing your hand in to the inner thigh, leaning or releasing and then leaning forward, chest coming towards the shin, feeling that stretch in the outer glute area. Again, your head is in line with the spine, so I'm not tucking my chin in. And then slowly coming back up, placing the right hand in the center of the left thigh, using that leg for leverage as you twist, provided you have no spine issues. Holding that stretch. And then bringing yourself back to the center. We're going to rotate the ankle 5 times, nice big circles for 1, 2. Some of these stretches are easy enough to do while you're sitting watching TV, maybe during a commercial break. Now we're going to reverse the circle for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you can bring that leg down. So we're going to bring our legs into a nice wide position. And we are just going to do some press backs. And if you have a hip issue, you want to keep it more narrow and just keep it easy. Again, do what's best for you. You can either press back with your hands, or you can just bring your arms out to the side and hold them there. It's a little more effort. And we are just going to press back for 5, and then we're going to do a couple of other things. So pressing back for 1 and release. And 2, release. Here's 3, release. 2 more, and 4, release, and 5, and release. We're going to lean to the right, placing the right hand on the right thigh, reaching the left up, or you can just place it on your hip and just do a side bend. Again, honor your body. If you want a deeper stretch, you can place that right hand either behind the right leg or in front of the right leg. In front is a little harder than behind. getting a deeper stretch, kind of borrowing a little bit from a yoga warrior, but not quite the same. And in order to come up, you can take that right hand and place it on the thigh and help you get up, or if you can do it without, that's fine. We are going to twist to the right, reaching that left hand forward. And I'm just going to do 3 little pulses, reaching forward for 1, 2, like somebody's pulling my arm, and 3, and coming back to the center and bringing the hands down. We're going to do those 5 press backs again and then do everything on the other side. If your arms are tired, you can keep them in the thighs or just on top. If they're not, and you want that challenge, bring them out to the sides, pressing those knees back for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then relax. You're going to take it over to the left. The left hand goes on the thigh, the right hand up towards the sky. And then you can either stay here or put that left hand behind the left leg or in front, depending on how much of a challenge you want. Reaching all the way down. Arms are in opposition, as if somebody is pulling that right hand up to the sky and someone else is pulling your left hand down towards the floor. And if you can get up without putting your hand on your thigh, do so. Otherwise, put your hand on your thigh to give you a little bit of assistance, coming all the way up and bringing the arms down. And in this position, before we go on, we're just going to take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Bring the arms back out. We're going to take it into our little bit of a rotation. So we're just going to rotate all the way around. Arms are in opposition. And taking it into those 3 little pulses, if somebody is pulling that right hand for 1, 2, and 3, and bringing it all the way back to the center. And I'm just heel-toeing my legs back together. And we're going to take it into some shoulder stretches and some tricep stretches. So we're going to just bring that right arm out to the side. You can lower it if you need to, otherwise keep it up. And if you're keeping it down and you're able to stretch the shoulder but just can't raise the arm, you can just take it over like this. If that's not good for you, do whatever's safe for you. Or you can bring the arm up, bringing it out. That left hand is palm up. Just reach for the forearm and then bring that straight arm across, or bringing it down if you need to do that. So do what is safe for you. And now you're going to bring that right arm straight in front, like you're handing somebody a letter or something. Left hand underneath that upper arm. Bring the arm up as high as you can. And then bend, reaching towards your shoulder. And if you can, push the arm farther back. Again, only if that works for you. If you're more flexible and know you can come up and over, then do that. But if you're struggling to get here, then you're not giving yourself a stretch. So I would stick with this so that you are getting that stretch. And the deepest stretch would be leaning over to the left, feeling that stretch deepen, also feeling it in the side, and taking it all the way back up, dropping the arm down. So we're going to take that same arm, hand is out like you're saying stop. Gently bring the fingers back. Only if it feels good. Now you can stay here. If you want that deeper stretch, bring your palm up and bring the fingers down. It's a much deeper stretch. If that's not good for you, go back to the other one. Or if you have another one that's favorite for you, go ahead and do that. And then just releasing that hand. So we're going to do all the same thing on the other side. Bringing that left arm out. You're coming cross chest. Right hand palm up, just reaching for that forearm and guiding it across, keeping your arm as straight as you can. Feeling that nice stretch, either making it higher or lower, depending on anything that you have. And then you're going to bring that left hand out straight. Right hand underneath, and then just reach up as high as you can. Imagine somebody's grabbing your hand, pulling you up to the ceiling. And bending, reaching for the shoulder, pushing forward if you can. up and over if that works for you, only if you can easily get in that position. If you can't easily get in this position, just continue pushing from the front. And then taking it over into that little bit of a side bend. And coming all the way back up, releasing that hand. And now saying stop. Gently pulling the fingers back. For the deeper stretch, you can take the palm up. You don't have to. If this is fine for you, stay there, but the palm can come up. And then you're gently pulling the fingers down. And then just releasing that hand. So we're going to do a little bit of a chest opener. We're going to do a couple of different things. One where we're going to bring the arms up overhead and then coming all the way down, just reaching behind us. Then the next level will be reaching for the back of your chair. And then the next level would be leaning forward. So you can stop at any position that works best for you. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale, bringing the arms up just to whatever level's good. Exhale as you turn the palms away, reaching down towards the floor as far down as you can, then pressing the palms back, holding that position. This may be good for you, but if you want it deeper, reach for the back of your chair and then just lean forward, open up the chest even more. And if you feel okay here, and that's about all of a stretch you can take, stay here. The next deeper level will be interlacing your fingers and then driving the fingers down towards the floor, opening up the chest even more, making sure that you're not locking your elbows. So stay at the position that is best for you. Don't move on to another position if that's not good for you. And then relaxing the arms. So we're going to do just a couple more things and then we'll take it down to the mat. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. As we inhale, the palms are going to face each other overhead. So nice deep inhale, palms face each other. Exhale, drop the elbows as you rotate the palms forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale as the palms come up and they face each other. Exhale as you drop the elbows down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. On this last time, inhale, come up, palms will touch overhead. Exhale as you come down to the center of the chest. Breathe normally. And now you're going to rotate your fingertips towards me. And then rotate your fingertips up and around towards yourself. It's more awkward, so don't force it. And again, taking them up and over towards me. Up and over back towards yourself. And keeping them up to the ceiling, you can lower those elbows down. And now you're just going to let your right hand push that left elbow on the left fingers over. And now the left fingers are going to push the right over. And just a couple more times. It's like you're fighting each other, one going in one direction, going in the other direction, one more in each direction, taking it all the way over. And all the way over to the other side and taking it back to the center and bringing the arms down. So we're going to do a couple of circles with the arms and then circles pedaling with the foot and a little bit of rotations, and then we'll take it down to the mat. So if the full arm circles aren't good for you, then and you can rotate your shoulders, then do shoulders. So we're going to go 5 in each direction, bringing them all the way up and around, warming up those shoulders, taking it for 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and reverse, taking it around for 1 and 2. Here's 3 and 4 and 5. And we're just going to lean into the tops of our thighs. And we're going to do that pedaling. We're going to count for a set of 8 and bringing up with that right foot first. So that's 1 and switch. So you're stretching out your calf. And this is 3 and switch and 4. Keep going. Here's 5 and 6. 2 more. Here's 7 one more each side, and 8, and other side, and bringing that down. So we are gonna transition down to the mat. Make sure if you're joining us on the mat that you have, hopefully have a rope or a strap available, just makes things a little easier. And once you're on your mat, you're going to reach your hands and feet either to the opposite directions. Or if that doesn't work for you, then you keep your hands to your side and reach them towards your feet. Seated, you can also just reach your arms and feet in the opposite directions as well. So whichever way you're going, reach your hands and feet. Taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale. And again, nice deep inhale. And exhale. And then breathe normally. And then you're going to slowly bring your right knee in towards your chest, reaching your hands behind the back of the thigh. And we're going to go for 3 extensions, all the way up for 1, and then bend, and 2, and bend 1 more, and 3, and bend. Now you're just going to rotate your ankle 3 times. That's 1, 2, 3. Reverse that for 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to place your left hand on the outside of the right leg and just gently bring it over to the side. You can also try taking that right hand out to the side in line with your chest. That works better if you're lying down. So if you're seated, you don't have to do that. And if you are lying down, you could slide the back of your hand away from your body, up closer towards your ear, just reaching it out. And bringing that arm back to where it was, hugging that knee in 1 more time. And now you're just going to slowly lower that right foot, slide the leg out. And now you're going to take it to the other side. So bringing that left knee into the chest, just hugging it in. Taking it for your 3 extensions all the way up for 1, and bend, and 2, and bend 1 more, and 3, and bend, taking it to 3 rotations for 1, 2, 3, and reversing for 1, 2, and 3. And then you can take that right hand on the outside of the left leg, bringing your left leg over, extending that left arm out. That's really more so if you're on the floor, but if you can hang it out there, that's fine. Then you're going to slide the arm away from your body, closer to your head. So if you are on a chair, you're going to be coming up towards your head and reaching in the opposite direction. And taking it back to the center and hugging that knee in. And you can slowly lower that left foot to the mat and the right foot to the mat. So if you are seated on a chair, you're just going to try to lower just both legs, just kind of lean them to one side. On the mat, you're just leaning your legs over to one side and then just leaning them over to the other side, just kind of rocking them side to side, leaning them over to the left, over to the right. 1 more time, over to the left, over to the right, and back to center. Now, if you are on a chair, if you remember when we put our heel down and toe up, you could take that right leg, bring your heel down and toe up on the floor, stretching it out. If you're on the mat, you can place your strap underneath the bottom of your right foot and extending it out. So I'm in the same position as you guys, heel down, toe up. And instead of me leaning towards the leg, if you are on a chair, I'm bringing the leg towards me, bringing that leg all the way up, getting a nice stretch. So again, on the chair, you can also lean down towards the leg with the foot on the floor. That's totally up to you. And slowly bringing that other leg out, more so for the mat only. And then you're going to take both pieces of your strap in that right hand, extending the left arm out to the left. You're going to look left as your leg opens up to the right. And then taking it over to the other side. And bringing that leg up. And now we are just going to slide that left leg back to where it was with the left knee bent. And you're going to cross that ankle. So now earlier you crossed at the ankle, cross at the ankle. Otherwise, bring your leg up in the center of the thigh like we did before in the seated position. You're going to take that right hand on the inner right thigh, push the leg away, opening up the hip. So it's the exact same thing that we did earlier. And then you're going to ease up on that right inner thigh. If you're in a chair, you're going to lean towards your legs. If you're on the mat, you're going to try to bring your legs towards you. So your foot stays on the floor. If you are on the chair, you just lean your body towards the leg like we did earlier. And then slowly lowering that left foot back to the floor, right foot back to the floor for those of you on the mat. So we're going to do all of that on the other side. So you're going to place your strap underneath that left foot. So whatever you did on one side, if it was successful for you, try it on the other side. Bringing the bottom of that foot up towards the ceiling or just out long on the chair. You're going to try sliding that right leg out straight if you're on the mat. The chair doesn't, you can keep it bent on the chair. You're going to place both pieces of your rope in your left hand, extending the right arm out to the right, looking towards that right hand as you lower that left leg out to the left. And then slowly bringing that left foot back up towards the ceiling, switching hands with the rope, taking it to the other side. And bringing that foot back up. So now on the mat, you can slide that right foot back to where it was with the right knee bent, the right foot flat on the floor. On the chair, you're going to either cross that left ankle in front of the right ankle or bring it in the middle of the thigh like we did earlier. And either way, you're going to place your hand on that inner thigh if you're okay with the hip. So your one leg is crossed over the other, hand on the hip, pushing on the inner thigh, pushing it away. Excuse me, I'm getting a frog in my throat. So now you're going to ease up on that inner thigh. And if you're on the mat, you're going to bring your leg into your body. If you're on the chair, you're going to bring your body down towards your leg, leaning forward. So get into that position, whether you're on the mat or on the chair, bringing that knee in or the body towards the knee. And then you're going to slowly release that leg, taking that right foot to the mat, left foot to the mat. We're going to slowly, carefully bring ourselves up to a standing position. So make sure you come up in a way that is safe for you. So we're just standing up nice and tall. And imagine that a string is pulling your head all the way up towards the ceiling. And you're just going to lower your right ear to that right shoulder. You could stay here if that's enough of a stretch for you. If you don't have any spine or neck issues, you can try taking the right fingers at the left temple, adding a little bit of tension, just enough to make it feel good. Again, stay here if that's good for you. The deeper stretch, you can reach the left fingertips towards the floor with the arm away from the body. And for an even deeper stretch, you can place that left hand behind your back. If you go straight across your back, it's a little bit of less of tension. If you go on an angle towards your hip, it's a little more of a stretch. Be mindful of that. And if your hand is behind your back, remove the hand from behind the back. If the hand's at the head, remove the hand at the head. Slowly bring your head up. And now you're going to slowly lower the left ear to the left shoulder. Then you're going to place the left fingertips at your right temple, barring any injuries. Getting that nice stretch. You can stay there. For a deeper stretch, you can bring the right hands towards the floor with the arm away from the body. And that even deeper stretch, you can place the hand behind the back. More towards the hip if you want even deeper stretch. And then releasing that hand that's behind the back. Releasing the hand that's at the head. Bringing the arms down. And we're just going to bring both arms out to the sides like that letter A. And you're going to give yourself a hug. The right hand is going to be slightly higher than the left, reaching for your opposite shoulders. Give yourself a hug. Then just tip your chin a little bit. And if you can, raise the elbows a little bit, stretching a little bit in that upper back. And then lowering the elbows, lifting the chin, bringing the arms down towards the floor. And you're going to give yourself a hug now with that left arm on top. So reaching around, give yourself a hug, you deserve it. Tuck your chin, feel the stretch in that upper back in a good way. Lift your elbows up for an even deeper stretch. Then lowering the elbows, lifting the chin, lowering the arms. I'm going to bring my heels a little closer together. My toes are on a little bit of an angle. And as we inhale, we're going to lift our heels up. We're going to lift the eyes up without moving the head, and the arms are going to go up. So inhale up, the heels come up, the hands come up, the eyes come up, little balance there. Exhale as the hands come down, heels, eyes, everything down. And again, inhale up, bring everything up. Exhale down, bringing everything down. So stretching is so very important. Something that you should be doing every day. The library is recording this. You can look at the videos. There's no excuse. You could see them 24/7. If you have nothing to do at 4 a.m. and you want to get up and stretch, go ahead. If you're a night owl, it's really important. I really suggest you doing the stretches, something every day. Thanks again for joining me, and we will not see you next week. Reminder, there is no class next week. There was another scheduled function, but we will see you the following week. And enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks.
Take care.
Thank you.